All right, welcome on in everyone to this episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today we're going to take a look at Cornhusker 324 out of Nebraska. Council was originally a name change in 1929 from Lincoln 324. We've got two issues to take a look at today because the first and second issue out of Cornhusker are nearly identical and very easy to confuse with one another. So we're excited to be able to bring you both of those. First two issues, T1 and T2, which were twill, and then the Cornhusker Council moved to solidly embroidered patches, so those won't be confused with the first. Heading on over to the patch table with the first issue here, the T1, we've got its green border, white background, red letters, and most decidedly, the patch is defined by its dimensions. It's 52 millimeters tall by 128 millimeters left to right. We will find the main distinction between the T1 and the T2 is the T2 is slightly larger at about 135 millimeters left to right. Now they do list in the description that on the T1, the left arm of the Cornhusker is thicker than the left arm on the T2. I don't think that that's so pronounced it's helpful to be telling. Let's take a look at the back here on the T1, the old style cloth gauze back. Both the productions of T1 and T2 manufacturer style is pretty similar. Again, the patches themselves are pretty similar. I'm going to try and see if I can just leave the T1 here. Let's go ahead and bring out the T2. You can see just sitting below it that this is a bit longer left to right. They do also list this as the high arc style, similar to like the Game Haven T1. And you can see a bit of a difference in the shape. This is a higher arc on the T1. You can see some distinction between the arms here. I've never really thought that that was easy when looking at them by themselves to determine whether or not you were looking at a thick arm or a thin arm. I actually think the council lettering is a little easier to differentiate if you just had a solo picture because the lettering is a bit thicker, a bit bolder here, and a bit thinner. Especially if you look at, say, the I and the L, you can kind of see the difference of how much this is thinner. The same in the Nebraska. The Nebraska looks a bit bolder here. But in general, the T2, you flip it over. Again, it's also that gauze cloth back. So in isolation, it can be difficult to discern T1 versus T2 here for the Cornhusker Council. But that is the first issues for Cornhusker 324 out of Nebraska. Hopefully you have found this informative and helpful should you be searching for that elusive Cornhusker T1. We'll be back again tomorrow with brand new episode. We hope to see you back here then. But until then, I want to thank everybody again for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.